الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Last week we were speaking about some easy sunnahs that we can go through and try and bring into our lives, and inshallah today we will continue with some more so that we are able to understand how there are so many easy sunnahs that can be done, and these are things that these actions we do daily, and just because of doing them in the way that the Prophet ﷺ used to do it, we will get rewarded for it. And while getting rewarded for it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us with so much more as well, inshallah. And the first one that is to be mentioned is that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he taught the ummah to eat in a certain way. And as we all know, and we have probably heard many times, that 1/3 of the stomach should be filled with food. And this was a sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Over the past 2 weeks, we have been reading a hadith after Fajr Salah. Dr. Muhammad knows them very well, about how little Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would eat. And there was many times during his life where all he had was maybe a date or some water. And the hadith it mentions that there was a time when 3 months went past, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not, the fire was not used in the house of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he did not have any kind of meat. And today we cannot live without our meat. We find it very difficult. But again, these are all blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when it comes to eating, there has to be a balance in that as well. That if a person eats too much, it will be a problem for him. If a person eats very less, that will also be a problem for him as well. So when a person eats too much, he will become lazy and he won't want to do anything at all. And then it's not good for his health as well. And then the person who eats less, he will have no energy. He'll be very weak and he'll feel very lazy as well, and he won't want to do anything. So this is why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he taught us that 1/3 of the stomach. Now how do we know that 1/3 of the stomach has been filled? This is a question that can be asked, that I can't put 3 layers inside my stomach and find out, okay, that's it, that the bell rings, there 1/3 is finished, I'll stop now. So the way to determine is that our mind, we get a kind of a feeling that, I'm okay now. I want to eat more, but if I didn't eat any more, then I'd be fine right there. So this is one way of thinking. So as soon as we hit that spot, that when you think, okay, I have eaten now, that's it, I'm done. This is where we have to have that thing inside ourselves where we are ready to stop, that we are happy to stop. Of course, we want to continue to eat and eat and eat, but we should stop right there. This is what is going to help us. And if a person, he does that, then he will be acting upon the Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was that before he was going to start eating, he would drink some water. And when a person, he drinks water before his meals, then he is able to, there will be less space for him, that he will continue to eat, that the water will help fill him up, and then he will have less food as well. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he would not drink anything after his meal. That just before his meal, and maybe some during his meal he would drink. And the other third of our body is supposed to be filled with water, and the last one is so that we have the space to breathe, the air that we have. This is the Sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And even more, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he taught the Sahaba radiallahu anhum that when eating, he said, Sammillah, recite Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name, say Bismillah, wa kul bi yaminik, and eat with your right hand. This is also a Sunnah. Alhamdulillah, from a young age, our parents, they taught us that you should eat with your right hand. So because of being taught that, all of our life while we have been eating, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been rewarding us for acting upon a Sunnah. Something as simple as that. And وَقُلْ مِمَّا يَلِيكَ, and to eat what is in front of us. When there's sometimes a lot of different types of meals, or when it's just one dish, then Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us that just eat directly what is in front of you. That whatever you have on the plate, to eat from the sides, eat from around the side, and have from the middle right at the end, because that is where the barakah is. And also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran, قُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا, eat and drink, but do not waste. Today, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with so much that sometimes, we take so much more than we are actually able to eat. And we, instead of eating with our stomachs, we eat with our eyes. What usually happens is sometimes when we get really hungry, I'm going to have that and that and that and all of these things. And then it's all put into the plate. And when the time comes to eat it, then, I'm full now. And then what happens is you go to the bin and just chuck it in. Whereas Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will question us about every single morsel of food. That you were blessed with it, you were given it, what did you do with it? Every single grain of rice will be asked about. That what did you do with that? Question moment, yeah. Yes.
Can't you just put some in and then if you want more you can put
That is the best way to do it, yes. So you take out a little bit. If you're still hungry, take out some more. If you're still hungry, take out some more. At least that way you won't be wasting any. So yes, this is the best way to do it. That we do not eat with our eyes, we just take bit by bit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to eat in the sunnah way. Ameen. The next thing, which is a sunnah from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and a person who acts upon this, he will be able to save himself from a lot of guna. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned, Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir, falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut. That whosoever believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the last day, he should either say good or stay quiet. Simple as that. It's such a simple hadith, but the meaning behind it is vast. Very big meaning. That we should only speak when there is going to be some kind of benefit. That in order to gain some kind of knowledge, or to give somebody some advice, or if we are doing dhikr and the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are helping one another. But when we look at the other side, the opposite of khair is shar, which is doing guna, speaking ill of somebody, ghibat and backbiting, all of these different things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran about أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ مَيْتًا فَكَرِهْتُمُ. that would any of you like to eat the dead flesh of your brother? And this is what it is like to speak bad of a brother. Sometimes the question is always asked that, what if that person, he does have that quality inside him? Then that still does not make it right. That Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that if a person has out of 100 qualities 99 bad, you speak about that one good quality in him. And because of speaking good of somebody else, then the love that we have for that person, it will continue to be there. Today we see the problem is that Muslims are fighting with Muslims. Muslims are speaking ill of other Muslims. And the reason why all these things are happening is because we have gone away from the Sunnah. And this is why a person who acts upon this hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he mentioned in another hadith that the one who is able to protect what is between his jaws and between his legs, for that person, Jannah is guaranteed. That person, if he is able to control his tongue, that the tongue is such a part of the body that if it is able to be kept in control, then the whole body will be able to stay in control. Because once the words come out of the mouth, then it cannot be taken back. So we have to be very careful with what we say and what kind of a way that we come in front of people. That we don't want to be causing any kind of problem. That nobody should feel bad because of the way that I am speaking to them. So this is, every single day we interact and talk to people. And it should be in a way where we speak to them where we are not causing them any problem. That why should we cause problems to others? Whereas what is going to happen on the Day of Judgment, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call each and every one of us. And each and every person will be asked, were you oppressed in any way? Did somebody say anything to you in any way? And that person who was oppressed, he said, Ya Allah, I was oppressed. This person, he used to speak ill of me. He used to speak bad of me. I want my revenge. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to him, if you want, you can either forgive him, or if you want, you can take his deeds away from him. And he will say, Ya Allah, I need the deeds. Or he might be from amongst the ones that does want to forgive. But if he wants the deeds, then he's going to take our good deeds away. So in order to save ourselves from that, the best thing is to only speak good. And if we do not have anything good to say, then we stay quiet. Man samata naja. That the one who stays quiet has saved himself. He saved himself from a lot of guna. And our tongue, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, it will be also a witness either for us or against us. That it might say, Allah, he used to do your remembrance all the time. That he used to read the Quran, he used to do dhikr. This is what our tongue should be used for. To praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to do his ibadah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to act upon this. The next one, that sunnah that we should try and bring into our life. We are living in a time when there's a lot of illnesses going around. A lot of people have different health problems. And one of the sunnahs of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was that he would do the action of hijama, cupping. Cupping is the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And because through cupping, what happens is the bad blood is taken out of the body. And many times a lot of illnesses that are in the body, they are caused because of the bad blood running through the body for so long. And when the cupping is done, that bad blood is taken out, the person will feel refreshed. And it has many different things which it can be treated for. For example, the benefits of cupping are vast, including the removal of toxins within the blood. And this is why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would do it. That he is teaching the ummah from a long time. The studies have shown that cupping to be beneficial in the treatment of migraines, fertility and joint pains. So these are some of the things which cupping will help you with. And not only will it make you feel better, but you get the reward for acting upon a sunnah as well. Moving on to the next thing. Yes, Abdul Rafi. What is cupping? So what happens, right, is you go to a doctor, somebody who knows how to do it, and they'll lie you down. So you choose parts of your body where you want the cupping to be done. And there's actually sunnah parts of the body as well to get done. There's sunnah days when hijama should be done as well. And they get a cup, right? And they'll give you a couple of slashes on your body, so they cut you up a wee bit, and then the cup gets put onto you, and it's like a suction, and then all the bad blood, it comes out, and then right at the end of it, they'll show you as well, look, that's all the blood that came out of you. So that's how it can be done. But I think you're a wee bit too young just yet. So when you get a wee bit older, then we'll do it with you, inshallah. So this is one of the things that can be done. And if anybody wants to do it, I don't know how to do it. I'm sure there's somebody around that knows how to do it. Yes.
What are the sunnah parts?
What are the sunnah parts? There is along the back. The Prophet ﷺ used to do it on his head as well, and somewhere on the legs. Yes. So this, I'll find out exactly for you, and then I'll give it to you, inshallah. See, I'm not prepared enough with these guys. MashaAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the tawfiq to ask these questions. You know, from a young age, if these young boys are asking, then as they grow up, they'll continue to ask as well. So, if any of you sitting have any questions as well, feel free. Let me know, inshallah. I will try my best to answer you. The next sunnah that is important that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would put a lot of emphasis on was visiting the sick. Those who are ill. That we are living in a time where we are very lazy. That we pick up the phone, I heard that you are unwell, Allah make you feel better, Assalamu alaikum. That's it. And this is the easy way out. Or not even a phone call, just a text message. So this is where that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught the ummah that, you know, we have what we usually do. I'm sure each and every one of you are the same. When we do go to visit the sick, we will take some fruit, and we'll take a Lucozade bottle, and we'll go and give it to them and say it. And then we'll sit with them for a while and make dua for them. You know, the reason why Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to go and visit the sick is, first of all, it creates love and unity amongst the brothers. That person, he will remember that, you know, when I was sick, this person, he came to see me. And he'll also think in his head, the ones that did not come to see him as well. So he will know that the ones that don't, okay, you're not my friend, okay, watch when you get sick, I'm not coming as well. So maybe he'll have that in his mind. And the second thing is to remind us of our own health. That when a person is ill, he is not able to do the things that he wants to do. You know, he is not able to be as mobile as he used to be. And it is a reminder that, you know, the health that we have, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge of that. Another hadith mentions that to take care of 6 things before another 6. And one of those is that good health before an illness comes along. So this is where we should be very careful. And of course, we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all those that are ill and suffering, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them full shifa. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us in good health as well. While we have this good health, we should be doing such actions to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to do so. The next one is that we want, when it comes back to eating, that sitting down and eating and drinking was the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A person who stands up and eats and he drinks, that person is always in a rush. That person, when a person is doing something, when we do something, we should be concentrating on that thing. A very bad habit which is happening today is sitting down and watching something while eating. A lot of the youngsters and even the elders now are not able to eat unless you're watching something or scrolling through the phone and eating at the same time as well. That when a person is not concentrating on eating, what happens is his brain is not able to focus on that thing that needs to be done. And so his body will not know when his stomach is full. So that's why, those that are sometimes sitting in front of the TV and they have a bowl of popcorn next to them, the popcorn, it finishes very quickly because of this very reason. That your body does not know what you're doing. The body is not concentrating on the food. So when a person concentrates on the thing that he is supposed to do, which is look at what you're eating, and because of sitting down, because of acting upon that sunnah and concentrating on that one thing, his body will be able to stay well, he will follow the sunnah, and there will be no problems whatsoever, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward him. So these small things that if we can bring them into our life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not only reward us for it, but these are beneficial for our own health. And I always say this whenever we speak about eating, is to sit together as a family and eat. Very important. Sit together as a family and eat. And talk to one another. Talk, don't just sit there quietly. Don't talk too much and don't just sit there quietly. This is وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. That we are the ummah who are right in the middle, we are balanced. That we shouldn't speak so much where we're sitting there at the table for so long. But this is what brings families together, and this is what makes the love between one another grow. And the next sunnah that we inshallah will bring into our life is sleeping in the sunnah method. And the sunnah method is to sleep on the right hand side. And before that, a person, he should try and sleep with wudu. A person who is able to sleep with wudu, the soul of that person, it goes up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and it makes a sajda throughout the whole of the night. And because of that, again, imagine the reward that you're getting. But the person who falls asleep on his right hand side, he will get the reward of sleeping in the sunnah way. Not only that, but all of the time that he is sleeping, he will be getting rewarded as though he is doing any ibadah. So while you're enjoying your sleep and snoring away, you're getting that reward as well. And this is the way that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us to sleep. Now the question can be asked, what if I move around while I'm sleeping? Not a problem. The main thing is to fall asleep on your right hand side. After that, you can have one leg hanging out of the bed, another one over there somewhere, not a problem. As long as you fall asleep on the right hand side, then you will get the reward. And the sunnah method is to sleep with the right hand on the cheek and to just slightly bring the knees up like that, so that you're like cuddled up from the end. You know how to do it? Very quickly go lie down. Yeah, that's right. So the sunnah method is something that if we do it, again, we will be getting rewarded for sleeping the sunnah way, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the tawfiq to do more as well, inshallah. I think there's one left. Yes. One more. That before entering the house, we should say Bismillah. There is a dua which has... You want to read it? I will. اللهم إني أسألك
اللهم إني أسألك خير موجي وخير مخرج بسم الله والله
ربنا توكلنا. MashaAllah. That was the very fast version. I'll slow it down for you. If you all want to read after me. اللهم إني أسألك خير المولج وخير المخرج بسم الله ولجنا وبسم الله خرجنا وعلى الله ربنا توكلنا. Or if you don't want to do that, say Bismillah. As long as you say Bismillah. When a person, he recites Bismillah before entering into the house, Shaitan stops right there. And he said there is no place for us in that house. And a person who, when he enters into his house, the hadith, there's a long hadith that mentions about a person about eating as well. That when a person, he forgets to say Bismillah before eating, then Shaitan, he will come and he will bring all the rest of his followers and say, come. No, he did not say Bismillah before entering into the house, so come, we have a place to stay. And then when he does not say Bismillah before eating, he will say, we have food here as well. So this is where, whenever we mention the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only will protect us from Shaitan, but He will give us we'll be getting the reward for acting upon the sunnah as well. Another question? Yes?
You said if you say Bismillah, then Shaitan can't enter your house. Does that mean you don't have to say the toilet dua?
No, you still say the toilet dua as well, because Shaitan's always there in the toilet. He's always there somewhere. But the more that we seek protection from Shaitan, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help us out even more. Yes, Abdul Rafiq.
See if you enter your house and say Bismillah, and then see if you eat your food and don't say Bismillah, how can Shaitan come?
He's still going to be there somewhere. He might just sneak in through your window if you don't close the window or something like that. So he's always going to be there somewhere. So the more that we read and seek the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more beneficial it will be for us, and the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to try and bring each and every sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam into our life. You know, this is where success lies. A person, he wants to be successful, there is the answer. Follow the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and you'll have everything that you could possibly want. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to act upon it. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. If we can just wait for the adhan to be